Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Today you are going to need your workbook. Okay, we are going to be on page 115 and I'm going to work through the first two problems, the first two or three problems with you today in this video, and then you are going to complete the rest of 115 and page 116. Don't forget to send a picture of your completed work to your teacher. Alright, so let's get started. So, looking at this first one, JC draws a fraction chart to help identify equivalent fractions. So I want to know which is not a correct equation. So I'm looking for the wrong one. Okay, so using this chart, let's look at letter A. So we have 3/6 is equal to 1/2. Well, I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of color in 1/2 so I know what I'm working with. And it says 3/6, so I'm going to come down to my 6. 1, 2, 3. Well, that is the same amount shaded, so I know that this one is correct. So that's not going to be my answer. All right, so let's look at letter B. I have 1/3 and 2/6. So again, I'm going to take and I'm going to color in 1/3 on my chart. And my other fraction is 2/6. So I'm going to color in 2/6. And I see that, well, that's the same. So that one must be correct. All right, letter C. I have 5/6. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Color these in to help me visualize and see. And 2/2. Well, I know 2/2 just means 1 whole. So I would color in this whole row up here. Oh, well, I see that this 5/6 is shorter than my 1 whole because I still have this square not colored in. So this one is not equivalent. Okay. And I know it asked me for which one is not a correct one, but I always want to check all 4 answers to make sure that I'm getting the right answer. So letter D has 4/6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and we have 2/3. So 1/3 and 2/3. Oh, well, I can see that that is equivalent. So letter C would be my answer because 5/6 and 2/2 is not equivalent. Okay, you could also check that by cross multiplying. All right, so let's look at number 2. Which fraction is equivalent to 1 whole? So you may be able, in looking at all 4 of these options, you might be able to pick it out. But just in case, let's draw. Let's use a diagram. So for letter A, I'm just going to use a circle. Use a circle. All right. So I see that it's a whole circle, and I need to color in 2 of them. So I would color in this whole circle. And I would color in this whole circle. Well, I'm looking for 1 whole, so I know this one's not going to be correct. All right, letter B, 6/6. All right, so I would take my circle. I would divide it into 6 pieces, and I need to color 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, that's 1 whole, so that one's right. But let's check these 2 over here just in case. A circle. So I see that it is cut in half because I know my denominator tells me that 2 is a half. I need to color in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's 2 wholes colored in, so that's not correct. And this bottom one, I have thirds. Alright, so I'm going to divide my circle, maybe. I'm going to divide my circle into thirds. And I need to color in 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, that gives me one hole colored, but not another hole over here. So I know that 6/6 is going to be my correct answer. Alright, 6/6. I'm just going to highlight these so you can see them a little bit better. Alright, now let's look at number 3 as well. Alright, Tab draws a model of a fraction equivalent to 6/8. Which model could Tab have drawn? So we're looking for a fraction that's equivalent to 6/8. So I want to picture this 6/8 that's being drawn. So I'm just over here on the side, which you could do this in this space, that's fine, or you could do it on some notebook paper. I'm going to do it over here off to the left side. So 6/8, okay, well, I know that I'm going to use a rectangle, and I'm going to have to kind of turn it to the side just to have it long enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, 6/8. So we need to color in 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so now we've got to find another model that Tab could have drawn. Well, in looking at my answer choices, I can see that letter B is going to be one hole. So I don't even have one hole over here shaded, so I can cross out letter B. I can also see that letter D has, even though it's 6, 1, 6, it's not going to be the same. It's actually has less shaded. So that leaves me with letter A and letter C. Well, with letter A, I'm going to write the fraction that is shaded 3/4 and 4/8. So I don't think it's going to be 4/8 because I want an equivalent fraction to 6/8, and 4/8 is less than 6/8 because if I was going to go back to comparing, I know that 6 is greater than 4. So I think my answer is going to be letter A. But I want to double check that, and there's a couple ways you can. You could draw your model, and with this rectangle over here, you could divide it up into fourths. Right here. And you could see, you would visualize that you would have 1, 2, 3/4 shaded. You could also check your answer by cross multiplying. So you could do 6/8 and 3/4. And 8 times 3 is 24. And 6 times 4 is 24. And 24 does equal 24. So there are a couple ways you could check yourself. So I know that letter A is going to be the equivalent fraction because we drew our model off to this left side, and we even double checked ourselves by cross multiplying. So today you are going to finish page 115. You are going to do 116. Please don't forget to send a picture to your teacher when you're done. Have a great rest of your day.